Hey everyone, welcome back, or if you're new here, hi, I'm a football and get ready. Today we're diving into the world of football with some jaw-dropping facts about one of the greatest players of all time, Lionel Messi. You won't believe some of these. Seriously, I was putting this together and even I was like, what? No way! This guy, this legend, he's more than just fancy footwork and a bazillion goals, though let's be honest, the goals are pretty awesome. We're talking about a journey that's so incredible it almost sounds like a movie script. Now you might think, you know Messi. You've seen the highlights, the impossible goals, the little shimmy shake that leaves defenders wondering which way is up. But trust me, there are layers to this onion, and we're peeling them all back today. We're going deep, beyond the pitch, to uncover some truly mind-blowing stuff that shaped him into the icon he is. From early struggles that would make most people quit, to moments that defined his career, both good and, well, let's just say, it's a roller coaster, folks, so buckle up. So grab your popcorn, maybe a jersey if you're feeling festive. No judgment here, I've got my lucky socks on, because we're about to kick off a list of 10 shocking facts about Lionel Messi that will make you see him in a whole new light. Some of these are inspiring, some are a little wild, but all of them are 100% true and 100% fascinating. Are you ready? I can't hear you. Just kidding, I can't actually hear you, but let's pretend. Let's do this. Alright, first up, and this one really sets the stage for just how incredible Messi's story is. Picture this, a kid, super talented, loves football more than anything. But there's a catch, a really big one for an aspiring athlete. At just 10 years old, young Lionel Messi was diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency. Can you imagine? You're dreaming of being a football star, and suddenly, doctors are telling you that your body isn't growing properly. It's the kind of news that could crush a kid's spirit, right? Most people would think, well, that's it for my sports career. It meant he was smaller than all the other kids, and without treatment, his future in football, or any sport really, looked pretty bleak. It wasn't just about height, it affected his overall physical development. Talk about a tough break, especially when all you want to do is play. This wasn't just some minor inconvenience, folks. The treatment was expensive, costing around $900 a month, which was a huge amount for his family in Argentina. His local club, Newell's Old Boys, initially helped out, but they couldn't cover it long term. Other big clubs in Argentina were interested in his talent, but hesitated because of the cost of his medical needs. So you have this phenomenal talent, this kid who could do magical things with a ball, but he's facing this massive physical and financial hurdle before he even gets a chance to truly shine. It's a testament to his passion and his family's support that they didn't just give up then and there. It really makes you think about the silent battles people fight on their way to the top. What a start to a legendary career, huh? So, following on from that, with Messi needing this expensive treatment, his family was looking everywhere for a solution. And this is where the story gets pure Hollywood, I'm telling you. FC Barcelona over in Spain got wind of this kid. Their scouts had seen him and they were blown away, but it wasn't just his skills, it was his potential, even with the health concerns. So Carles Rexach, Barcelona's sporting director at the time, he wanted to sign Messi, like, immediately. But there was hesitation from some in the club, signing a 13-year-old from another continent with medical bills. It's a big risk, the legend goes, and this is my favorite part, that Rexach was so determined not to lose Messi that he made an offer right then and there, during a meeting with Messi's father. And get this, because there was no official paper handy, he wrote down the contract offer on a napkin. A napkin, people! Can you believe it? That napkin basically said Barcelona would sign Messi and, crucially, cover all his medical expenses if he and his family moved to Spain. That piece of flimsy paper became one of the most important documents in football history. It wasn't just a contract, it was a lifeline. Barcelona took a gamble, a big one, and boy, did it pay off. Imagine if they hadn't had any napkins that day. The world of football would be totally different. Okay, let's talk about what happens when you give that kid the treatment and a chance to play. Goals. So many goals. It's almost ridiculous. Lionel Messi isn't just a goal scorer, he's a goal-scoring phenomenon, a walking, breathing record book. We're talking numbers that sound made up, like something you'd see in a video game when you found a cheat code. For FC Barcelona, where he spent the bulk of his career, he didn't just break the all-time top scorer record, he absolutely obliterated it. Hundreds and hundreds of goals. Think of all the legends who played for Barca. And this guy just waltzed in and rewrote history. And it's not just for Barcelona, it's La Liga too, the Spanish league. He's the all-time top scorer there as well. Most hat-tricks in La Liga? Yep, that's Messi. Most goals in a single calendar year? 91 goals in 2012. 91. I can barely score 91 in my video game career, and this guy did it in real life against professional defenders and goalkeepers. It's mind-boggling. He scores with his left foot, his right foot, his head, free kicks, penalties, you name it, he scored it. It's like he sees the goal in slow motion while everyone else is on fast forward. The consistency year after year is just staggering. He didn't just score goals, he redefined what it meant to be a prolific forward. Now you see this guy dazzling millions on the pitch, but what about off the pitch? Well, turns out Lionel Messi is not just about scoring goals. He's also about scoring major points for humanity. He does a ton of charity work, and a lot of it flies under the radar because he's not always flashy about it. Back in 2007 he launched the Leo Messi Foundation. And what does it do? It focuses on helping vulnerable children, particularly with access to education, healthcare, and sporting opportunities. Think about his own childhood, needing that medical help. It clearly stuck with him. He wants to give other kids the chances that he fought so hard for. And his foundation is seriously active. They've helped fund children's hospitals, build classrooms, and support programs for kids with serious illnesses. Plus, he's a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, and he's been involved with them since 2010, advocating for children's rights globally. He's used his platform to raise awareness and millions for various causes, from disaster relief to campaigns against childhood diseases. It's pretty amazing when someone who has reached such incredible heights remembers to give back and lift others up. It shows you the kind of person he is beyond the football genius. It's not just about the trophies on the shelf, it's about the impact you make on people's lives, and Messi's doing that too. Alright, so Messi's got all the club trophies, all the individual awards, goals galore, but there was one thing, one massive, glittering prize that seemed to elude him for the longest time. The FIFA World Cup with Argentina. Oh, the drama, the heartbreak. For years, it was the big question mark hanging over his otherwise perfect career. Can you imagine the pressure? You're considered one of the greatest ever, maybe the greatest, and your entire country is looking at you, hoping, praying you'll bring home the ultimate prize in football. Every 4 years, the weight of a nation on his shoulders. It's intense. He came so close too. The 2014 World Cup in Brazil, Argentina made it all the way to the final, a nail-biter against Germany. They lost 1-0 in extra time. Devastating. Absolutely devastating. You could see the pain on his face. He won the Golden Ball as the tournament's best player, but it was small consolation. There were other heartbreaks in the Copa America too, losing finals there as well. It led to so much debate, so much criticism, even talk of him retiring from international duty. It just goes to show, even for the most gifted athletes, success isn't always a straight line. There are struggles, there are near misses, and sometimes the biggest dreams are the hardest to achieve. And spoiler alert for those living under a rock, he did it in 2022, but the struggle was real for so long. Okay, so not every shocking fact is about on-field heroics or heartwarming charity. Sometimes even superstars hit a bump in the road, and for Messi, one of those bumps involved taxes. Yep, even the GOAT has to deal with the tax man. This was a pretty big story a few years back. In 2016, Lionel Messi and his father Jorge were found guilty of tax fraud in Spain. The accusation was that they had used tax havens in Belize and Uruguay to hide earnings from image rights. Basically money made from endorsement deals and things like that, to avoid paying millions in Spanish taxes between 2007 and 2009. Now, Messi maintained his innocence throughout, saying he wasn't involved in managing his finances and trusted his father and his advisors. He basically said, "I just play football." The courts, however, didn't fully buy that, and he was handed a 21-month suspended prison sentence. Suspended means he didn't actually go to jail, which is common in Spain for non-violent first offenses with sentences under 2 years. He also had to pay a hefty fine, around 2 million euros, on top of repaying the back taxes with interest. It was a tough period, a lot of negative press, and a reminder that off-field issues can create big headlines, no matter how famous you are. It was eventually all resolved legally, but it was definitely a chapter he'd probably like to forget. Alright, let's shift gears back to something undeniably shiny and awesome, the Ballon d'Or. For those who don't know, it's basically the Oscar for the best football player in the world. And Lionel Messi? Well, let's just say his trophy cabinet needs some serious reinforcement. He hasn't just won it. He's won it a ridiculous number of times. We're talking a record-breaking haul. Think about how many incredible players there are in the world, year after year, all vying for this one award, and Messi just keeps collecting them like they're Pokemon. It's insane. What makes him stand out to win so many? It's the sheer, unadulterated consistency of his brilliance. It's not just 1 or 2 great seasons, it's over a decade of performing at a level that most players can only dream of reaching for a single game. His vision, his dribbling, his passing, his goal scoring, it's the complete package. He sees things on the pitch that no one else sees, makes plays that defy logic. And he does it against the best defenders in the biggest games. Each Ballon d'Or represents a year where he was judged to be the absolute best on the planet. To win it multiple times is legendary. To win it as many times as he has, that's just Messi. He's not just playing football, he's creating art. Every legend has an origin story, right? And Messi's is a classic tale of humble beginnings. He wasn't born into football royalty or a life of luxury, nope. Lionel Andres Messi was born in Rosario, Argentina, a hardworking industrial city. His dad, Jorge, was a steel factory manager, and his mom, Celia, worked in a magnet manufacturing workshop. A regular working-class family. He grew up playing football in the streets with his older brothers and cousins. They say he was always with a ball, always. If he didn't have one, he'd make one out of rags or whatever he could find. That passion was there from day one. He joined his first local club, Grandoli, coached by his father when he was just 4 years old. Then he moved to Newell's Old Boys, his childhood favorite club in Rosario. Even as a little kid, people could see he was special, that he had this incredible talent, this almost supernatural connection with the ball. But coming from that background, then facing the growth hormone deficiency we talked about, it just makes his rise to global superstardom even more remarkable. It's a story of raw talent, yes, but also immense determination, family support, and overcoming obstacles that would have stopped most people in their tracks. From the streets of Rosario to the biggest stadiums in the world, it's the kind of journey that inspires millions. So, we know Messi the magician on the field, but what about Messi off the field when the stadium lights go down? Well, he's a dedicated family man. It's actually really sweet. He's known his wife, Antonella Rocuzzo, since they were kids growing up in Rosario. How cute is that? She's the cousin of one of his childhood best friends, Lucas Scaglia, who also played football with him. So, it's not some whirlwind celebrity romance. It's a genuine long-term love story that started way before he became a global icon. They kept in touch, even after he moved to Spain, and eventually, their childhood friendship blossomed into romance. They got married in 2017 in their hometown of Rosario, a huge celebration but also very personal. And now, they have 3 adorable sons, Thiago, Mateo, and Ciro. You often see pictures and videos of him with his kids just being a dad, playing in the backyard, celebrating goals with them from the stands. It's clear that his family is his rock, his anchor. In a world of superstar egos and constant media attention, he seems to find his peace and normality with them. It really humanizes him, you know? Behind the incredible athlete is a husband and a father who clearly cherishes his family above all else. It's a side of him that fans really love to see. Alright folks, this next one was a real shocker. A seismic shift in the football world. After more than 2 decades at FC Barcelona, the club he joined as a boy, the club where he became a legend, Lionel Messi moved to Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, in the summer of 2021. Can you believe it? Nobody saw it coming, really. It was like seeing Superman wear a different cape. The images of him in a PSG shirt, it just looked different. Barcelona's financial struggles meant they couldn't re-sign him, even though both sides wanted to continue. It was a tearful goodbye, a really emotional moment for him and for football fans everywhere. Joining PSG meant a new league, Ligue 1 in France, new teammates like Neymar, his old Barca buddy, and Kylian Mbappe, and a whole new set of challenges. It was a chance to prove himself in a different environment, to chase more trophies, especially that elusive Champions League title with a new super team. For his career, it represented a major new chapter, a late career adventure. While his time at PSG had its ups and downs and he's since moved on again, that move itself was a monumental event. It showed that even the most established icons can face unexpected changes and have to adapt. It definitely kept us all on the edge of our seats, wondering what Messi would do next in the City of Lights. Wow, what a ride, huh? From a kid facing a serious health diagnosis to a global icon with a trophy cabinet the size of my apartment, and my apartment is not that small, I'm just saying he's got a lot of trophies. Lionel Messi's story is just incredible. We've covered his early struggles, that life-changing Napkin contract, his insane goal records, his big heart with all the charity work, the World Cup journey, those Ballon d'Ors piling up, and even that dramatic move to PSG. It's a career filled with more twists and turns than one of my monologues after 3 cups of coffee. Seriously though, learning these things just makes you appreciate his journey even more. It's not just about the talent, which he has in spades obviously. It's about the resilience, the dedication, the ability to overcome obstacles and stay at the top for so long. He's a true inspiration, not just for football fans, but for anyone who's ever had a dream and faced a challenge. And hey, maybe you knew some of these, but I bet a few of them had you going, no way, really? That's what we love to do here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these shocking facts about Lionel Messi, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more amazing content. We've got so much more fun stuff coming your way, you won't want to miss it. Let me know in the comments which Messi facts surprised you the most, or if there's another player you want us to dive into. See you next time. Keep smiling.